Hi, my name is Emily Beach, and in today's video I'm going to show you the basic method or technique for making a pinch pot. To start this pinch pot out, I'm going to start with a ball of clay. Keep in mind whatever size the ball of clay is that you start with, the end product or pinch pot will be about double the size of your original piece of clay. So this is about the size of an orange. One of the things that I'm going to do with this ball is I'm just going to kind of flatten out the surface of one of the sides. This is going to then become the top of my pinch pot. Then I'm going to put my thumb down into the center of that clay and just make a hole with my thumb. You don't want to go all the way to the bottom. You want to stop about a 1/4 inch from the bottom. Then I'm going to stick my thumb back in there and I'm going to just slowly press and turn the clay. Your pressing motion should be like this and not like this. If you pinch like that, it's going to give you a thicker edge. You also don't want to press like this where you're creating the top edge to be a lot thinner. So the goal is to try to keep the walls an even thickness, and that's why pressing like this, almost like your hand is inside of a sock puppet, and then slowly turn. I'm not trying to pinch real hard or to make the walls too thin in the beginning. You want this to be a slow process. If you try to do it too quickly, you can stretch the clay too quickly and end up causing splitting or cracking on the outside walls. So you can just kind of check that as you're working. Once you have opened the pot up a little bit more, you can put both thumbs in there and do the pinching and press and turn at the same rate. My goal is to try to keep this top lip of the bowl even. So I'm not going to pinch that, or else the lip of your bowl will be uneven. So I'm going to try to keep it even and not press or compress it. So this process just continues until you have made the walls about the thickness of a pencil or a 1/4 inch. So as you're doing that and as you're feeling, you want to make sure you're not feeling any areas that are feeling too thick or too thin in comparison or proportion to the other parts of your pinch pot. I'm just continuing to press and turn. I'm also trying to keep this in kind of a U type shape, a bowl shape, rather than flattening it out. So I'm not pulling out with my thumbs while I'm pressing. This is very much a vertical type motion, like this, not like that where I'm stretching out or pulling out the edges or sides. You can see I'm just turning that clay and just pinching very lightly as I turn the clay. It's a slower process, but if you take your time doing this, you can achieve a pretty nice, even, consistent vessel with hand building. So this is a great technique. As you can see, my walls are starting to get thinner as I continue to go. I'm going to turn this on the side. You can see that that top edge is still pretty smooth and even. You can also lightly pat it on your surface if you just want to make sure that it is maintaining that evenness. So the last part of construction that I always like to do is I like to take a coil of clay and make a ring for the bottom of my piece. That just gives it a little bit more of a finished look and also helps your pot to maintain an even upright position. So I take that coil on the bottom and lightly trace on the outside and inside of that coil. I'm just going to put a little bit of water on that coil, and I'm going to score. You could use a needle tool or a fork, or any sharp object really, a skewer, a paper clip, whatever you have. Make sure that you're scoring the surface of the pinch pot and also the surface of your coil. Make sure your lines go in more than one direction. Use the water with it, and I'm going to press that firmly onto the bottom, and I'm just take my finger and smooth out any additional score marks that might be visible on the outside or inside of that coil. It's for craftsmanship. All right. And there you have it, a pinch pot with a coil foot. And then there's a lot of different things that you can do after that with glazing techniques or texture. Please check out my other videos for other ideas using pinch pots. Thanks.